Hello students, this is Dr. Miller. I'm your instructor for this course, which is MCM 211, Social Media Strategies. First, I want to thank you for taking the class. I think you'll enjoy it, and I think you will find that the information that's provided is going to be extremely useful, and it can be useful in a lot of different ways. Now, one thing that's important is that you understand that social media strategies is not just about your personal Instagram accounts or Facebook or Snapchat or whatever. Whole course is set up so that you will actually serve to be a independent entrepreneur, basically, and you'll have to set up an entity that will be something different from a personal presence. So like on Facebook, for example, you can have your own personal Facebook page, and obviously you're welcome to continue doing that throughout the course. It doesn't interfere in any way, but you will create a Facebook business page. And in a similar manner, we will go through other social media channels, and that's what we call them: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. These are all channels. So what you will do in the course is you'll set up these different social media channels as if you were a business or an organization. You don't have to be a business like a retail store or something like that. If you have the ability to use a real entity, and for example, in terms of an organization, I've had students that took this course that used different sports teams, some of them from Snead State. I've also had students that used a church. I've had students that used a nonprofit organization of other types. And that is really ideal if there's a real entity out there that you can either start yourself, or if there's one that's already has some kind of a presence, if you can become an administrator of that or create a channel specifically for an entity, a business, or an organization, that's what you'll do. But let's just focus right now on kind of getting you around in this course, and then also to show you the week's assignment, which is the critical part of this first week. Now, I should say I have not taught this course as a mini course, and frankly it scares me a little bit because the time is so compressed in a mini term that you're going to have to just really be on it. You're going to have to do the reading, and at the same time you're going to have to do the assignments. So let's just start over here, and where we want you to begin with is cleverly called Start Here. So when we go to Start Here, there's a little message from me, and this is the video that you're watching now. Watch this first, and then we're going to come down to this folder, which is the Syllabus Assignment. Now, within the Syllabus Assignment, you've got the syllabus itself, and if I click on this, here is our syllabus, and a little bit about me up here. Now, it's really important that you realize that the only way that we will be communicating with each other is through Blackboard. And Blackboard, as you may know, has its messaging system or email, and that's fine. Now, if you have an issue with the way I'm conducting the course, or in any other fashion you want to communicate with my supervisor, this is Dr. Jonathan Watts, and he's the head of the Humanities and Fine Arts Division. And this is his phone number, and this is his email, and he's actually available on campus if you're on campus in Boaz. So if you have an issue that you want to talk to somebody other than me, please contact Dr. Watts. This is the schedule that we're operating under. We do have this Thanksgiving break, but frankly, we're going to be working during the break. The last day to drop this course, if you want to do that, I hope you don't, but if you do, is December 1st. And if you get out by that time, you can get a W, which is not reflecting anything plus or minus in terms of your grade point average. It just indicates that you took the course and you exited the course in a proper fashion. Our final examination will occur during this last period here. So this is an introduction to social media. As I indicated, it's really about sort of a business application of social media. So we're going to be looking at these various platforms. We don't have time to do all of them because there are lots of them, but we will do the most important ones, and that would in particular be Facebook, which has the largest number of users, but Instagram and Twitter, and there's also a reason to do LinkedIn beyond the fact that it's a social media channel. It's actually a great way of establishing your own professional presence. So we'll spend a bit of time on that. Now, one that could be up here that isn't is Snapchat. And frankly, because it is strictly a mobile device application, it's really kind of difficult to incorporate that into this course. So I know a lot of you probably use Snapchat, and it's a cool way to communicate, but it's not going to be part of this course. We will mostly be talking about Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Might show you a few others, but we don't have time to spend an enormous amount of time on any of that. Now, it is, as I said, necessary for you to create a social media presence, and we'll talk about that during the next week's assignments. But it's really important that you understand this isn't about just posting pictures for your friends and relatives. You're going to be using this in more of a marketing sense. Social media is a powerful marketing tool, and that's kind of what we're going to be doing. So this will be the key element as you set up that next week. And ideally, you're going to be posting content. And normally I would say you should publish 5 to 10 items of content each week on each channel. But you know, this is a mini course, and we're talking about like 7 weeks. It's really fast. So we're not going to be able to do everything I would like to do in that sense, but we'll be fine. So what you're going to do when you finish this, you will be able to show that you can use social media in this particular fashion as sort of a marketing tool. And honestly, you can actually get a job based on having great social media skills. You are going to be submitting, in this case, it's not really a plan, but you're going to be showing through your portfolio that you have a mastery of how to do this, that you have posted stuff throughout the term, that you know a little bit about how to use analytical software, and a little bit about advertising. And again, we just don't have time to really dive into these deeply, but I want you to understand that in social media, advertising is really, really critical, and it's a big deal. So we don't have any textbook, and the readings and videos are going to be presented each week, and you'll be able to see them in your Blackboard. So what you will do is just get in there and read the stuff, and even though it's not part of this week's actual assignment, the assignment number 1, which we're doing next week, but the readings are already up there, and you can look at them and you can start reading the material and watching the videos. That's not a bad thing to do. Now here's a little stuff about Blackboard, and if you have any issues, you should reach out to Michael Gibson. Mr. Gibson is actually on campus, and he is available to help you. So here's his phone, here's his email, or you can find him in the administration building. So how does this work in terms of how you're evaluated and assessed? In other words, how do you get your grade? So the first thing you're going to do is this week, you're going to do this syllabus assignment. So you're going to read this syllabus that I'm going over right now, and you're going to read it very carefully. And if you have any questions, you need to contact me using the Blackboard email messaging, and do that right away. If you have any questions throughout this term, don't hesitate. Just reach out to me. There's a one-question quiz that will show up in your syllabus assignment. And basically, I'm going to give you a big hint here. The answer to the one-question quiz is yes. And by answering that, you're going to let me know and Snead State know that you have read the syllabus, you understand it, and that you are willing to be an active participant in this class based on what is in the syllabus and in the schedule. So here is the assignment, and I've had to modify this from what I usually do because of our limited mini term. So we're going to do 7 assignments, and then you will have a final portfolio too of the content that you are posting on all of your social media channels. And I'll explain this in a couple of weeks, but you must post. So you're going to be creating your Facebook business page in the first week, and you just need to start putting material up there. And we will talk about content. Content is so crucial to social media, but you're going to have to create content, find content, repost content, and you're going to be doing this on all of your social media channels throughout the term. Now, some of them we will not get to, so you won't have a whole lot of posts on the ones we do later. Facebook is the one we're going to start with. So at the end of the term, you're going to submit a report, and that report will have all of the posts that you've put on and all of the results you got from your posts. In other words, when you posted something, how many people liked it? How many people shared it? How many people commented? That type of thing is called engagement, and it's really critical. Now, there is also a final examination. This is a test. It's 100 points. It's not the most difficult test in the world, but you're going to have to pay attention to what we're doing here. There will be a study guide that I will provide before the exam that you'll be able to look at. There's also some discussions. I hope you know how to use a discussion forum, but if you don't, we'll have some information on that. So the 4 discussions, you will create your own personal thread for each one of these. So this is the way it works. If you add up all the points, including the 25 points that you will receive just for answering yes on this quiz, pretty easy, but they come out to 495. So if you were in this range of 445 to 495, you will get an A. I want every one of you to get an A. That doesn't always happen, but this is the way it works. And so we will get 30 points for each assignment. We will have the portfolio. We will have these discussions, and we'll have a final exam. So that's what's involved in this course. Now, some of this is a little bit of a boilerplate kind of approach here in terms of the syllabus. These are things below here that are essentially required, and so they are here, and they're you need to be informed about what is here, but it's not unique. This is the part that's unique to this class, Social Media Strategies, MCM 211. And again, because this is such a compressed mini-term situation, you're going to have to really get on it. You're going to have to read your assignments. You're going to have to create content for the channels as they become understood by you and as we go through the course. So you have to post throughout the term, and you really need to think about it. Have I posted this week? Now, the good thing is you can use the same content over different channels. So if you have a link, for example, which is one of the really big forms of content, you read a story in some kind of an online journal or a blog, and you want to call attention to it to the people that are going to be looking at your page on Facebook or on your Twitter feed or your Instagram. You can use the same content across those channels. And it's really a strategy that you would employ if you were actually working in the field. So don't think that you have to make up totally separate content for all the different channels we're going to use. All right, let's go back to our syllabus assignment and let's look at the schedule. Okay, so this is the schedule, and I have to tell you that it is possible that some of this might move around a little bit, but I hope it won't be too much. And the first assignment, you're going to be watching the video that you are watching right now. You're going to read the syllabus that we just covered. You're going to take this little quiz, and remember the answer to the quiz is yes. And that means that you are committed to being an active person in the class. There's another technical reason why you need to be active, and that is for purposes of financial aid. If you're not active in the class, you don't get your money. So that's why I start off this course with the syllabus assignment, and you have a full week to do it. You will not have that much time to do such a small thing again throughout this course. But we'll go through these different assignments, and it's read articles, watch videos, read the articles, contribute to discussions, post content. You're going to see this, post content. So that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be creating and posting content. I'm going to help you find content. I'm going to help you understand that content doesn't have to be built from the ground up by you. So it's not as daunting as it might seem. Okay, and then when we get done here, you're going to take this syllabus quiz, okay? So that is essentially the way this works. And over here on this side, you will also find assignment 1, which is next week's, and I haven't put all of this stuff out here at this point, but here are your readings and videos. So if you see this blueprint here, and here's an article from Forbes magazine about the most popular types of social media, the channels, and there's just these different articles, or in some cases they're going to be videos. So that's that. Your discussion stuff will be down here, and this is your home page. So in essence, that's really what the course is about. If you have any questions, I will have a link up here that will allow you to find the email quickly and let me know what's going on. So that's it. I hope you enjoy it, and it's really a pretty fun course, and it's not like other courses that you have. So in a sense, it's a little bit maybe of some stress relief for you. I hope it is. But again, I really appreciate you taking the class. Thank you.